Hello, hello. This is episode... Wait, it's not 3, it's already 4. We are progressing rapidly. And as soon as the loading screen is finished, we will find ourselves in the beautiful village. I forgot the name. Borova, probably. Let me check on the map. Borova. Yes. And we are looking for... What are we looking for? No. Talk to Nadar. And Nadar does not live here. Oh. Does anyone live here? Does anyone we actually want to talk to live here? Or not? I don't have a torch. That's generally a bad thing. Partybor, you are sleeping. You don't want to talk to me. That's fine. I understand. I would not talk to myself also, honestly. I mean, if I was asleep. So to do a quick recap, in the last episode, we found out a lot more about how how Unigost met Jordan, my uncle. Racimir's uncle, anyway. And how their first run-in formed a bond that caused them to form some kind of group. Probably since Unigost admitted to being a thief, it was probably a group that was also focusing on stealing things, I would assume. And pretty sure that Jordan was the leader because of his charisma and his confidence.
Sometimes I get a feeling that a lock was found on us.
I wonder? Oh, I cannot actually access this. And there's not... Sometimes there are these packages around, which you can sort of find, and they're actually meant for the players to take. But I never really bothered to look for them, so I don't really know where they are. I can imagine, for example, I believe that one of these packages is at the source of one of the rivers, either here, or also here. This one is probably just a sidearm and it's probably too short, but these are the bigger rivers and therefore it matters kinda. We could definitely explore, but I don't know if they maybe despawn after you progress through the main story. That is very possible. Now, we are actually in a bit of trouble here. We need to survive the night, and in order to do that, we need to get some water.
I haven't been drinking enough today.
Yes, he's already complaining, but he complains a lot. He complains about being too cold, being too hot, being thirsty, being hungry, even when he's still technically fine. Why can I not drink? Huh? I'm not allowed to drink? What's happening? I don't see any
I'm dying of thirst.
interaction at all. Oh, no. What? I haven't really seen this before. I don't know why that is the case. Is there anything here? Anything at all? Just smelly fish? Oh well. Well, the sun is coming up. That's good news. I guess we are going to explore then. We have some food with us. So we have some time. And maybe we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone and actually find an animal that we can, how should we call it? Relieve of its duty of living. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. This guy is everywhere. He is somehow near every single village. I don't know how he does it. We can go this way, but I think we're going to walk this way. I don't know what we're going to run into. It could be anything. And anything might mean that we have to run quickly. There's already a card that has fallen over. There might be something interesting here. Or nothing at all. Oh. Well, I'll take a shovel. That's a little disappointing. Some coin. This is all a little spread out. Usually this is all staying much closer to the card, but yeah. It is quite beautiful. Not too hot, not too cold. And we are walking, trying to get to the next village and then make our way, maybe all the way to wherever Nadar lives. And then we are actually getting pretty close to receiving all the dynasty points that we require in order to hire our first villager. And then we will have a steady income, well, steady as long as we provide them with tools, a steady income of wood. Now let me see, where do we need to go? There is Baranica and Branica and Tutki. Well, that all sounds good to me. Let's go. There is a lynx here. Actually, I know that they are also... They're not raccoons, they are... but they are the same size and the same or similar color. If we run into them, they are actually fairly slow. And they will attack you, usually, if you run into them. That would be a very easy kill. Since we don't really have a weapon still. Whenever you approach a village, they will ring the bell to kind of warn that a stranger is coming in, because you never know. It could be... You know, these villages are very open, which is really strange. I don't think they usually would have been. Because apart from, you know, maybe some neighboring villages, but you don't really know who's walking around here. You don't know what they're looking for, what they want. And even if it's just a single person, they could be just someone looking out for the next target and then reporting back to their colleagues. Well, colleagues. That's sounds a bit too professional. I'm just looking if there's anything interesting on the side of the road, but so far there is not really much apart from these cards that we find from time to time. And this one contains a torch and some hop plant seedlings. That's not terrible. Some coin as well. And a copper knife, that's nice. That will last a little bit longer than the stone knife. But that's only because now, this early in the game, we really should take advantage of anything we can find. Because pretty much anything is useful to us. Birds are singing beautifully. There is another village over there. And I have somehow lost the path. There we are. You know what? I think we should use the opportunity and grab some straw. We are definitely going to need it.
I feel famished.
Yes, yes, you're hungry, I know. We have the lovely vegetable stew that Dabronjäger gave us. And this is going to fill us up very well. And so I want to make the most of it. Okay, that should cover us for the next 2 or 3 buildings. Let's go for 100. Maybe there is enough straw here. Yeah, there should be. I just need to watch out that there are no bandits nearby. Yeah, we have 100. Now back to the path. But always stay alert. Unless I know my way around.
The horse.
This is not a path I usually walk. And so I'm not quite sure what kind of animals are lurking in these forests. But we are getting closer to wherever this Nadar lady lives.
I can't recall.
Sometimes you can see similar abandoned camp spots. But for some reason, they're not here. They will appear in random locations around the map. And this is sort of shuffled anew every single season. That changes and comes around. Maybe we are just unlucky so far, but if we keep walking, we will definitely run into more interesting spots. Interesting could also mean dangerous though.
I'd eat something.
Okay, he wants to eat something. We are at 8.7 out of 100 points. Imagine if we had such a very useful bar. So this is going to replenish 90 food, so this is almost perfect. We will end up at nearly 100. And also replenishes our water requirements. Wait, let me see. She lives on this side. We need to cross. Birds. Do I still have my spear? I still have my wooden spear, actually. I wonder if I can get a lucky shot. But I'm not even sure if that wooden spear is going to kill a bird, to be honest. I actually hit him, but he lives. And now the spear is gone. Well, at least we no longer have to worry about it. You know what? I'm not going to bother with these spears anymore. This is not my way to go. Sometimes you will also find abandoned barrels near the river. But that is not a given. Now we need to, yeah, we need to go over there. Well, the good news is it's not that far from here to our village. Well, village, it's not yet a village, but it will be eventually. What do we have here? Apples. Very nice. Some wool fabric and whatever this is. Shearing scissors. Well, we will not use those for until a while. Alright. Now we need to cross over here. Ah yes, I still have the story from Onivak. But actually now that we are approaching this bridge, I am remembering that here, this is where we meet wolves for the first time. They are somewhere here on the left. And they sometimes cross the road in order to hunt the hares that live on this side. So, since I don't have any real weapon on me, we should just be extra careful. So far I have not heard any wolf howl. Oh, that's tempting. There is a cart over there. But I'm very sure that if I do run over there, the wolves might take notice. We have to risk it for the biscuit. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. We can just run. That's flour. And wheat. And a stick. Oh, hello. Oh, great. The wolf is not even interested. Or maybe he is. Okay. Bye. We're just gonna run. That is fine. It's okay. Yes, the wolf is quite fast, but we are faster. I'm just telling myself this. I don't actually know. Help me! Help me! Okay, we're good. You don't care, do you? Yeah, you're just doing a job. I understand. Fine. Well, that wasn't really worth the risk, to be honest. I mean, some rye and some flour. Like one flour, I think it was. Yeah, one single unit of flour, which... You cannot even... you cannot even bake some bread out of this. Now, where is this lady? Inside here? Oh, she works here, maybe. Oh, it's a guy. I don't know why I thought it was a girl. Hello, what can I help you with? I was asked to check up on the rye delivery that was supposed to go to Gastovia. Are there any setbacks? So he hasn't even reached Gastovia yet. That's worrying. What happened? I sent one of my workers with a parcel yesterday. He should be back here already. There were never any problems with his road before. Something must have gone wrong. Well, I'm already too involved, so I could go try to find him. I've traveled here from Gastovia anyway. Maybe I missed him somewhere. Would you do it? That's extremely helpful of you. I hope that he's okay. Yeah, let's not waste time. Now, we've gained another 10 reputation. That's amazing. And also we take note that they have pigs here. So whenever we have the ability to buy pigs, we know where to go. What's the place called? Ralnica. I don't actually know if I'm pronouncing these names correctly. I'm just making it up. But it sounds Slavic, so it could be right. Now we have to go back here. And again, avoid the wolves. Ah, they do not show up in this view, but they are there. I know they are. And now they know that I'm here too. We're just going to look into the other direction and pretend that everything's fine. I'm a bit upset that I wasn't able to get that animal, the bird. That would have been the one thing we need to do to complete that quest, which is probably going to give us the dynasty points we require. But it's fine. We will make it eventually. Now somewhere over here is where we might find this courier with the lost rye. This is basically how the beginning of the game usually turns out. And, you know, if some of you who are not familiar with this game think, well, that looks a bit boring. Yes, I agree. It is. However, again, once you have established the first core loop of your village, things speed up a little bit. And not only does it get easier, but it also becomes more fun. Because then you feel like you can actually do something. Where now, we are very dependent on many circumstances that have to go our way. Finding useful things on the side of the road, avoiding anyone that is trying to kill us, and then eventually we may come across something that helps us out. Like the courier that we're trying to find right now. It is very quiet here, apart from the birds and the ducks. $160 ahead is what my magical internal compass is saying. Let's see. This is actually the way that we would... Well, we don't have to go this way, but we can go this way in order to get back home. So this is not even out of our way. But probably we would have to go back to Ralnica in order to tell the guy. So this is our waterfall. I wonder... Did I miss something on the way? So it's somewhere in this area. There really is not any clue so far. I mean, there should be like another cart that's fallen over or something, but I see nothing. Maybe we just follow the river. Because we are definitely in the area, yeah. Let's try our luck. Keep our eyes peeled. There are actually also wolves here. Is that... Hey, there's someone actually. What? Hey. Please help me. I'm badly wounded. Damn, you sure are bleeding a lot. I've been attacked. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it. You're Nadar's worker, aren't you? The one who was supposed to deliver the ride to Gostovia. That's right. Here, take the parcel if you want. Just please get some help. I'm on my way. Hold on. Now I have to run all the way back. Wow. I wonder if that guy knows that there are wolves nearby. And I'm pretty sure if they smell the blood, they might be tempted. We're just running across the field. I don't care about the moose that live here. Need to get there as fast as possible. I wonder if that means... I don't remember actually if after returning to Nadar, if he is going to send us to Dabroniega anyway, that would mean we would have to go all the way back to Gastovia, which is really a long way then, back and forth, especially since we're already running in the direction, right? If we follow this road, we would be coming back to Gastovia anyway. Bum, 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 bum. I don't know if any of you are tempted to actually get into a fight with these wolves, but I'm not. Because even if I were able to win a fight, which I'm not sure about to begin with, but even if I did, I think it would cost me too much durability on my precious bronze axe, which I don't want to sacrifice because I need it for my first villager. Okay, let's regain our stamina one last time. And then we're just going for the final push. Of course, later on you can cheat a bit and use this transportation system with the wagoner, but especially early on you just don't have the coin to do that. And it's very, very painful to spend that kind of money. Even though it does save a lot of time. But I always have the Slavic stories to fall back to, in case. Now, where's this guy? I hope he's sending help quickly. Because I'm not going back again. Huh? Oh, I almost missed you. So about the right delivery. I found you, man. He's wounded on the road. He's been attacked and he needs help. Oh, I could have lied, actually. I must send someone promptly, yes. You should hurry. Because I didn't give him any medicine, because I don't have any. Will you handle the delivery of the rye? I don't know when I... Yeah, sure. You're amazing. Here are some coins for your help. I'll take the coins, since I had to run.
I saw a knight.
Wait, how much coin did he give me? I actually have a lot of coin. So now we have 190 dynasty reputation. Which means we don't even have to hurry all that badly to get Dabroniega her rye. I think she has enough beer to cope with. I mean, she was willing to give me 6 bottles of it for no reason. So what we're going to do is we're going back to Denica. We're going to grab that villager that has the 3 skills for extraction skills. I think that's what they're called. And we are going to recruit her. And then we will have our first villager. And then I think it would actually be a wise choice to build a hunter's lodge. I think that's what it's called. Why? Because the choice that I have now is to kind of either buy a bow myself, or I can invest the resources myself to build a building where I can build a bow myself and then just buy the resources. That probably ends up being cheaper than buying a complete bow myself. But I'm not sure. I'm not actually sure how much a bow costs if I go to a hunter. I could find out because I think either in... Oh, I'm not sure. Was it in Lesnica? I think there is a hunter. Actually skilled hunter, but that would be another extra path to walk. Now we're going towards Denica, and on the way to Denica, I know there is this in German we would say Dachs. I'm not sure what they're called in English actually right now, but we will find out. And they are quite aggressive when you step on them. I'm going to step on them and see if they will attack me. At least one of them. A badger. Oh, where are they? Oh, here's one. Come here, little badger. You're not fast enough. And we've killed our first animal. I don't think we're gonna get leather from this one. Yeah, it's fur. That's fine. So you see, surviving in the medieval days was not easy, and sometimes even quite bloody. And it's going to stay that way, for sure. Jeez. And another bronze axe. Now that is a lifesaver. That means we will not have to craft another axe. Or at least a bit. Okay, finally we're making some progress here. I was getting a little bit worried because I'm already in episode 4. Yes, again, 4. And apart from building 2 houses and a storage, I don't really have anything else. But obviously, I've never really done such a YouTube series before. I've only ever played for myself. And when you play for yourself, this game really just eats away the hours of the day.
How do you do?
Now, please join my settlement, Berta. Sounds like what I was looking for. With pleasure, she says. Can I talk to you now?
How can I help you?
Let's talk about you for a moment. You really need a house. This is getting ridiculous. Right, so now we can see. I guess I should explain this. So now that we have acquired her as a villager, we now see this overview. Her age, her mood, and the level of affection that we have. The level of affection is something we're going to work on right now. But her mood is going to drop very quickly because right now she thinks she's going home to nothing. She thinks she doesn't have a house, she doesn't have food, she doesn't have water, she doesn't have anything. And she's right. But I will give her all of this in a moment, of course, but needs to be a little bit more patient, but then she's a woman, so that doesn't always work out that way. You seem very interesting. Can I ask you something? What is your favorite season of the year? Definitely autumn. That's when my favorite harvests occur. Besides, it's a reminder that the winter is coming and you have to work even harder. So she's a very hard worker. Now, aside from the fun of flirting with Berta here, there's also a practical side to this, and of course experienced medieval players will know this. This means you are skilling your diplomacy skill. And your diplomacy skill is very important because it unlocks, at least later on, I don't think it's the first skill that you can unlock, but later on it will allow you to actually increase the bartering prices. So any kind of trader that you come to for any kind of resource, they will have better prices for buying and for selling at the same time. So this is huge, especially the earlier on that you can get it. Let's see if we can. Work can often get under our skin. What do you do in your spare time? If you have any spare time, it only means you've been slacking off. Wow. Let's see if we can start another conversation. Today is pretty tiresome for me. Oh yeah, we've been walking all day long. But fruitful nevertheless. That is very true. How's your day going? Very boring question, but alright. It shows that we care, right? We're interested. Not as productive as I would have liked. So, pretty standardly, to be honest. Alright.
See you soon.
Yes, see you soon. Now we can either outrun her and then manually set her up to have a house. Or, wait, that's the wrong button. We can go here to the management tab and then click on her and then assign her to a house, which there's only one available. So this is easy. And then she's assigned, but then there's no food, no water, no wood. True. Sadly, that is true. But at least she has a house. Better than nothing. And at the same time, we can already assign her to a workplace, which is the woodshed. But then she's going to rightfully complain that there are no tools. But we will provide that in a second. And then when we get home, we can... Wait, actually. Wait, I need to think. Where am I gonna get... I need a bucket. Without a bucket, I cannot give her water. So, guys, does one of you have a bucket for me? Maybe you? Hello, Kinga. You have complete buckets of water. You know what? That's worth it. We're gonna buy 3 of those. That's gonna last for a while. Thank you. Actually, wait. I can sell you something in return. I'm gonna keep the cheese because we need any water that we can get. Am I gonna sell the feather? No, I'm not. What I am going to sell is the oat ale, right? Because we don't really need it. And wooden, why do I have a wooden bowl? Ah, because of the vegetables too. Right. Okay. Wait, why am I over encumbered suddenly? I wasn't over encumbered before. It's weird. I sold something and somehow I am heavier than before. Did I miss something? Oh, because of the buckets of water. Okay, never mind. That makes sense. Okay. I don't even know if we can walk faster than Berta here. But then Berta seems to be sticking to the road, which is probably wise, but we know a shortcut. These buckets are really heavy, Berta. Can you maybe carry one of them too? Wait. Can I access your inventory at all? Wait for me. Please. Berta. I cannot even access her inventory. They do not have inventory. Well, that's good to know. Yeah. We are struggling, but I think we will arrive before her. And then we're going to equip her with the other bronze axe that we found. That should do for now. We're going to keep ours because we still need to... Well, it's our only weapon that we have right now, effectively. So we should stick to it. And then... tomorrow... a new day comes and we're going to build a hunting lodge. And here already we get a first glance at what our village might look like later on. It's not much, but it's something. I think I actually lost some... Yeah, I lost some HP in that encounter with the wolf. And then also with the badger. That's the trap gone. But we've made some extra meat. Now, how funny would it be if the Wisents actually waited for me and were like, hey. Anyway, we're going to... This is Berta's home. And if I can find the chest... Oh. We're going to give her the buckets of water. She's even going to get the cheese. And also the firewood. And now she's all set. And so she can start working in the morning. We are also going to give her the bronze axe. Where is it? Here. And this one. Great. So now she has everything she needs. But we do need to tell her what she needs to do. And in the beginning, we need everything. Firewood is for her own supply even. Actually, planks. I think we could do without planks for now. But in general, we do need them. I just don't want her to... I want to focus more on getting logs and sticks so that we can actually build the next building rather quickly. So now we're going to set it up. We're going to try to aim for an equal amount. Even though we have to keep in mind that some of the things are actually made from the logs. So sticks are their own entity, but firewood and also planks are actually made from logs. So you cannot have less logs consumed. More logs consumed than you are actually gathering. Right? That makes sense logically. So we need to make sure that this number is a little bit higher. And then the rest will be sticks. And she has actually such decent skills. So the amount that you will gather in these production stations depends on the individual skill of the worker. So the higher their skill, and also the higher their own happiness level, let's say, the more resources they're going to gather for you. So in this instance, this is already pretty decent actually. Now, of course, it says here, no resources, because we actually have not... Actually, I think we do have 2 logs in the resource storage, but it's fine. We're just going to keep this to a little lower number. And instead, we're going to focus on producing logs for now. We have plenty of logs, and it's going to be very easy to come up with this amount of firewood. How much firewood do we actually need? Let's see. Management. So, do we here now that we have only 1 villager, it is fairly easy to see. Every villager consumes exactly 30 amounts of food, water, and wood. Which is actually a lot. That's a lot more than I thought she would consume. Oh well. Yeah. Anyway, we are allowed to build 1 more building. After that, we would have to improve our dynasty reputation and also the development stage. But this is something that just happens over time. This is not something we need to worry about too much. So now I think we're going to sleep just like this. And start a new day. And then we need to think about where we are actually going to place the hunting lodge. Berta, you are awake. Good morning. How did you sleep? Your first night in your new home.
Oh, it's you again.
That could mean either that she's not happy to see me or that she's happy to see me. I don't really know. But anyway, you seem so interesting. Can I ask you something? Now you can see her mood is still at -5%, but it is going up. And this is because she has everything that she needs for now. But don't be fooled. This does not last very long. We have to be very, eager to keep providing food for her and establish this loop. Okay, I'm so boring, but nice weather we have today, don't you think? Do you prefer sunny or rainy days? It depends on what the crops need at the moment. It's important to have balance. This is a worker drone, she is. She's a worker bee. She's just all about work. Very hardworking, this one. What brought you here? The land. The soil, to be precise. I wanted to find a place where I can be self-sufficient, independent. Oh. Now the approach already has changed. We're not just asking her something interesting, we are calling her beautiful. So this is kind of how that works. I mean, in real life and in game, I guess. If you want to find a wife, you have to make compliments and you have to provide. Already before marrying them, apparently. Well, obviously, I've never felt love like that before. After having met her just a few hours ago is a little bit of a rush. And you should only do this option when you are near 100% affection, logically. Ooh. So we can crack a joke. If you want to make an omelette, you have to break some eggs, said the homicidal chicken. Huh. We can compliment her figure, which... This is a very dangerous area to go into. You are so caring, I'm sure you're going to be a great mother. That's also... Imagine if you've met a guy a few hours ago and he tells you what a great mother you would be. Weird. So let's go with a joke. The chicken's mind must be really scrambled. Okay, that was a positive reaction. Thank you.
See you soon.
That's enough for now. Yes. Please get to work. And there she goes. It looks like I'm trying to murder her, but I'm not. Now she's going to approach her workstation. There's a little ramp up here. She changed into her work clothes seamlessly. She walked just behind this and she immediately changed. Wow. And then she goes to work. Now I think for this workstation there are two different animations. She either does this, or, and this is probably only when you have a second worker, because every workstation can have two workers, I think. Right? No, in the beginning only one, but when you upgrade this later on to something more sturdy, then you can have two workers work here. And the second one is actually going to go and at least hit the trees. They're not actually going to chop down any trees. So it's not as if all the trees are going to disappear magically. No. This has been done in a different way. I think it would be more realistic, of course, if the trees actually were to disappear. But at the same time, then the reforestation would be a very serious issue, because if you don't do that properly, well, you're going to run out of wood eventually. So that would open up a new complication if you did that. Right. So yes, now the planning of the next building. I am actually going to place the hunting lodge over here. For one, because I want to scare away the Wisents. I don't even see them. Where are they? They might be over here in the shadow, I'm not sure. I don't think they have left. Have they? No, over there, yeah, there's one. They've just moved a little bit, which is very good. So, I think this would be even the perfect spot. Why? Because I know that over here, there are definitely deer and also boar. This is a perfect area for hunting. And in order for them to not have to walk that far, sorry, we are going to build the hunting lodge. Okay. Right here? Yeah, for now here is fine. Now, one very important change, I think that was only implemented in the last few years in Medieval Dynasty, is that you have the ability to reseat every building that you're setting up down now. So don't worry too much where you place the buildings in the beginning. You can always change your mind and just move them to anywhere else you like. It's very easy. All you need to do is, well, I'll show you. But for now, let's just put this down. And then grab some stone so we can actually build the first part of this. There must be more stones around here, yeah. Ah, right. I did say this myself. There are boars around here, so... What is that? Is that? Oh, shit. That is a Wisent, I think. Never mind. We're gonna grab the stones from over here. It's one. The good thing is the more we wait, the more resources she's going to produce anyway. So it's not like we're wasting time. We're actually making it easier for us because it means that I don't have to chop down as many trees myself. Okay, this should be enough. The wooden hammer is probably going to last for a little bit longer. Okay, and now... Oh my god, he actually is just standing there. Chilling. Huh. Well, we come in peace. Please don't get annoyed by me hammering. This is important. Okay, we don't have 8 logs yet. But it will happen eventually. Alright, let's just go back for now. And have some food. Probably we could... Yeah, we could gain some logs from these stumps. But also we have some meat to fry. Let's do that. Aha. We've unlocked another building, a workshop. But this is not that interesting to us for now because I'm only allowed to build a few buildings so far. If I had a bow, I would probably try to hunt them. But I don't have a bow. So... Those were all the stumps around? I'm sure there's more. Yep. There you go. That's all we need for the basic frame. As we can see it appear. Now this mode obviously is only active when you actually have the hammer in your inventory active. Otherwise I would not see this, right? If I unchoose the hammer, all I see is what I've actually built. Not the blueprint that is apparently in my imagination. Has he moved? Or is he standing over there? I'm not sure. Well, we are gaining some sticks. That is nice. We can at least build the entrance door. Oh yeah, he moved a bit. That is great. No. Go this direction. I don't know. don't have to walk as close to the Wisents. Perfect. Look at these majestic trees. I actually wonder, I think this camp might actually despawn when we move on to the next season. So let's make sure that there are no supplies left here. This is not something I can pick up. There's nothing inside this tent. And this tent has also collapsed. But there really is nothing. I see you guys. I see you. And bit by bit, the village is growing. Now, the hunting lodge, of course, does two things. As I said, it will enable me to craft bows myself. I don't think I can craft the arrows here, though. I actually don't remember. I will see. But definitely the bows. And so then I finally have a decent weapon.
Thirsty.
Yes, yes, you're thirsty, I know. And secondly, of course, we can then also, I mean, if we wanted to, what we could do is we could find another villager. In this instance, it would have to be a man. Assuming that we ourselves are not interested enough in Berta. Oh. There goes my hammer. And then we could stick them together in this house. And then use the guy to go hunting. That's something we could do. But I think if I can get my hands on a bow and a few arrows, I am going to go hunting myself. But first of all, let's grab some water. Oh.
I'm dying of thirst.
Yes, yes, yes. Don't be so dramatic. Do we have... oh, we have apples. And some roasted meat. Right, forgot about that almost. Let's share those with... we already ate one of the cheese wheels. Okay. Now, Wisents, please don't move. Thank you. All right. Craft, craft, craft. We don't have sticks at all. Berta, what are you doing? Are you slacking off? You don't seem like the type. Okay, this is a future birch tree. No longer. Oh, there's a boar staring at me. Yep, it's definitely trying to smell me. But we have sticks together. Yeah. You are a big scary boar, I know. And then it always refuses to actually equip the hammer. Why? Ooh, there's nothing here. 1, 2, 1, 2, and just 4 sticks. Oh, So all we need is sticks. 16 sticks. That's doable. He's just chopping away at that log. And we are gathering all the sticks that we can. While jumping for some reason. Alright. Yeah, so there's even a component in the game that makes you kind of dirty. If you run around, sweat a lot. That's the thing. You can then build... Well, no, there's two ways to handle this. You can either just walk into the lake or the river. Or you can get... What is it called? Well, it's like a little bathtub, basically. Now, here in the workbench, we can actually... Oh, we can even craft arrows. Perfect. So all we need to do is buy the scheme, which is 100 gold. Okay, 100 gold for this. And for this, wooden bolts are not that interesting. Then we can make feathers. Sorry, stone arrows. What am I saying? And for the bow, we need 2 linen thread. That is okay. We can get that. We have some sticks left. We can make 10 stone arrows for now. That is not much, but it is a lot more than 0. And now, let me think. What do we have here that we could sell? Because I hate running... So what I always like to do when I know that I need to go to another village to buy something, I don't want to go empty-handed. I want to also sell something, even if it's just a really, really small thing. For example, I could sell the spruce seedlings, I guess. Why not? I also have birch seedlings actually in my inventory. We're gonna store the fur and everything. The plank, this, the sticks, the straw, the wheat, and the wool fabric. I mean, we could sell the wool fabric too, but I know wool fabric is one of the most, we don't need this, one of the most useful textiles in the game. And quite expensive, as it was in medieval times too, by the way, right? I mean, if we're talking about reality for a second, in those times, about 80% of the world's population were what we today still refer to as peasants. Except that the word has a much more negative connotation than it should have, because being a peasant is not a bad thing. It means you are a farmer, for the most part. You are someone who works the land that you don't necessarily own, for the most part, sure. But it's also not really going to be taken away from you, unless you refuse to work, or work very, very poorly, or I don't know. Right? So that is what we are, and that is what the core principle of the game is. You're never going to be the king. That is not the point of this game. But you are going to be eventually the head of a respectable town. And if you play your cards well, then you might even be in favor of the king, which is a big deal. Now, I think this lady here, Matilda...
You like it here, newcomer?
Thank you. So far, I like it. I would like it even a lot more if you were to sell me linen thread. There you go. I only need 2. That's 120 gold. Now, can we make that back? I think we cannot, because birch seedlings are not worth that much. And even spruce, even though we have 3 of them, it's not worth a lot. But we haven't lost that much money. That is very good. The spruce bark we're going to sell also just because. The copper knife, I don't want to sell that. No, I'm going to have to go hunting anyway, so I'll need it. I do have a stone knife too, though. That's fine. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. And now we can craft a bow. And then we can go hunting. And then the next thing, of course, we will also need a well. But actually we are not allowed to build a well for now. We would have to progress to the next stage of... I'm not sure what the next stage is, but there is just the stage after this here, camp. Which is sort of already not really appropriate anymore now. We're definitely bigger than a camp. Right? We don't have tents or anything, so we're not a camp. We are the very early beginnings of a village, that's for sure. No, I think that boar was actually standing just across this hill. And I do not want to lose my life at this moment, so I'll just keep walking over here. But wasn't there somewhere here a little treasure? Or am I imagining this? Let's see. No. Maybe not. I don't see anything. And I know it looks a little bit random, maybe, the placement of the buildings, but it is not really random. There is a, trust me, there is a system behind this. It just needs some time to ripen, let's say. All right. We can craft this. I don't know if we have resources to make more arrows. That would be good. 10 is not really a lot. Yes, we do. For the last stones that we have. Beautiful. So now we are decently equipped to go on our first hunt. Are we able to take on a Wisent? No, not really. Unless we would manage to get them stuck somehow, and then maybe we could. But that's a very risky business, which I'm not going to even... Well, I have attempted this before, so I know how it ends. So, yeah. Just trust me. It's not a viable solution for now. So this is all the meat that we have left for now. And I think it is time to... Wait. Actually, is it a good idea to progress to the next season already, or should we... No, let's spend one more day in this beautiful spring season and use it to... Oh, wait, we have to wait 30 minutes. My bad. Hey, Berta, what are you doing? You were staring at your workplace, huh? Do you like it? How was your first day?
How are you?
Oh, she sounds a lot more affectionate, doesn't she? How are you doing, beautiful? Sorry, I need some time to think about what you said previously. Previously?
So long.
Sounds like a recap at the beginning of a show. Previously, in this relationship, he said, "How's the weather?" And now she died of boredom. But yeah. As the sun is going down, we look at this very humble beginning. Did she just push me? Why?
How is life treating you?
You don't want to talk to me, but you are sneaking up on me like this? Interesting. Anyway, as I was saying, the humble beginnings of this village are established. And now everything's going to follow bit by bit. We're going to unlock more buildings. We're going to be finding more villagers. We're going to establish the core loop and then expand it. And then eventually we're going to be able to gather resources that we can actually sell. I mean, if you wanted to, you could also sell meat once you make enough. But it's not gonna make you rich or anything. Fish is a different story. Fish is actually quite decent, especially when you sell fried fish. I think that has to do with the fact that obviously on this map there is a lot of water actually. I mean, there's a big riverbed here, going here and here, but there is not that much fish compared to how much meat is walking around in terms of deer, badgers, whatever you want to hunt. And so that's probably why fish is a little more rare and therefore more valuable on the market. The way this works is it doesn't really have any dynamic to it, and it is set up in a way that every season all the traders are restocked automatically in terms of not only the resources that they have, but also the money that they carry, because they only always have a certain amount of money to spend. And if you try to sell your whole inventory, that is not going to work, because that would be too easy. There are, of course, then many ways we can think of, how would it be nice to improve on this and to have a dynamic system where there's actual a need for resources, and that might increases depending on the season maybe. I mean, it is for sure the case actually already now that the amount of firewood that you require in summer, let's say, is a lot less than what you require in winter. I think for winter it's at least going to double, maybe even triple. I'm actually not sure. We're gonna keep an eye on this and then find out. Oh, we almost can unlock the simple house. I think this is worth waiting for, because that means later on we have to replace less houses, because that would be the preferred house that I'm going to build from now on. It will require more resources, yes, a little bit, not that much, but it also is it's a much more sensible choice in terms of how much space you would have in this kind of house. Yeah. All right. I think that is a good note to end this 4th episode on. So thank you if you are watching this far. I know it was a little tedious in the start. I promise it will get interesting later on. Now that we are slowly really getting somewhere, that we can actually do something and we're not that vulnerable anymore. At least now we have a weapon. Even though it's not a great one, but it is something. You will see. And I will definitely show you guys in the next episode what you can do with a bow and arrow. So until then, have a lovely day. Thank you for watching and see you in episode 5.